So I'm delighted to be joined by, of course, former Tottenham Hotspur manager Harry Redknapp. Harry, lovely to see you.
Chris, and you?
Of course, you managed Spurs between 2008 and 2012.
Yeah.
What's your favourite memory?
Probably winning at Man City that night to get into the Champions League. That was, always be special to actually get there. It was a must-win game. If we'd have drawn, we wouldn't have made it. I think a draw would have suited Man City. They had better goal difference or whatever than us. So, and to go there and win, Crouchy scored. It was a great night. Yeah, really enjoyed that.
We had a good night at Man City the other night as well.
Yeah, they played well last week at Man City.
Harry, when I think of you as a Spurs manager, I always think of the Champions League games. Incredible nights at White Hart Lane.
Yeah.
What's your favourite memory from the Champions League nights?
Well, they were just unbelievable. From day one, it was an incredible journey. The first game away to Young Boys of Bern, going there, away from home. And Clive Allen, who, Clive was great. I loved Clive, but he went to watch them because the draw was made and I never had a chance to go because we were playing on a Saturday and they were going to play on a Saturday. So I sent Clive over and he came back and said, Harry, they're useless, more or less. When they went 3-0 up, I couldn't tell you what I said to Clive on the bench. I walked back. We came back there, and then the nights at home were incredible. All them games, every game we went for it. We attacked teams and really had a go. But that's how we played all the time. Really, we played with two wingers. Yeah. We played with Bow and Lennon. One up whoever we played up with, Rafa or whatever. We were, it was an attacking team. We had a go.
You mentioned all those incredible players, and of course, in your first season at the club, you took the club to the League Cup final. Sadly, we didn't get over the line and lift that trophy.
No.
We've had a couple of cup finals since then.
Yeah.
Haven't won a trophy in 15 years. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I mean, it would change. I thought this year for sure to be fair, they've thrown one trophy away this year, really, when they went to Fulham and made all the changes. I would have gone to Fulham that night and thought we can win this. The Spurs fans would love it. They'd settle for that cup, wouldn't they, this year? But the FA Cup is still there to be done. They've got Burnley at home. No reason. I'm sure they'll go through that game and there'll be, a real chance this year if they go strong, which they should do. There's a real chance they can finally win a trophy. But I don't know why we haven't won one for so long. It's hard to put a finger on it, really.
Harry, tell me the real reason why you left the club in 2012, because there were a lot of very disappointed Spurs fans when you left.
I don't know, really. I'll be truthful. I wouldn't be sure. It never entered my mind I'd be leaving. I went to meet Daniel. And, at that time, the England job was up for, it looked like I was going to get the England job if I wanted it. But even then, my mind, I was never sort of, I've got to have the England job. I had a great job at Tottenham and my life was good. And I'm thinking, do I need the England job, all the aggro that goes with it? And so, really, I was quite happy in a way that I didn't have the option of taking that England job, that Roy got it. But then by the end of the season, I was suddenly out of Tottenham, which is to say, I was shocked. It never entered my mind. I went to see Daniel, thinking we were going to talk about another contract, which we'd spoke about earlier. Yeah. And suddenly I was gone. I still think it was probably, I think it was Joe's decision more than Daniel's.
Were you ever actually offered the England job?
No, never offered it. No, all the talk was the League Managers Association and everybody, the people from the FA had spoke. Everybody said I had the job. I was 10-1 on with the bookmakers. I mean, you can't be a bigger favourite than that. But it didn't happen. So,
did you want it?
As I say, I don't know really. Listen, I'd have had to take it. You can't turn it down. When you get asked to manage your country, you've got to take it. It would have been great. But I was so happy with my job at Tottenham that I wasn't thinking, I've got to get the England job, I was thinking, do I need all that aggro, all that pressure? The England's always, everyone's slaughtering you from day one, the press and everybody. Whereas, I had a good team at Tottenham, was building a good team. So when the England job didn't come, I didn't lose any sleep, really. But then by the end of the year, I never had a job at all, which was quite strange.
Harry, what have you made of Spurs so far this season? Because, of course, the first 10 games, sitting top of the league, unbeaten. But the last 5 games, 4 defeats. What have you made of it?
I think the injuries killed them. I think Maddison was a big loss, and then the 2 central defenders going out was a big loss. Even the midfield player, I think one was suspended, and they were playing well together. you know, you need your best players. I don't care who you are, you need your best players playing. And, you know, when they lost them key players, it's been difficult. They were probably overachieving when they were top, if we're honest about it. There were a few games where, I think, was it Sheffield United were getting beat at home and then came back and won.
Last minute winner,
Last minute, and there was, and we hadn't had there was a couple of games that, you know, you looked at and thought, well, things are going with us, you know, going the right way, but then suddenly it could turn. I said even then, though, I think, my own honest opinion at that time was I think Tottenham will finish fourth, and I haven't changed my mind. I think that's where they'll finish. I think they'll finish fourth this year.
That's got to be the aim, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think the winners will come from Man City, Arsenal and Liverpool. I think them three will be the top three this year.
Can I just push you about the FA Cup that you spoke about? You said about Postecoglou taking, or not really taking the competition seriously earlier on in the season.
Yeah.
A number of recent managers, even going back to Pochettino, Jose Mourinho, Antonio Conte, they made a number of changes in these cup competitions, like the League Cup and the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Because as a fan, particularly the FA Cup, I want to see us go serious in the competition.
The FA Cup is the cup, you know, I can't understand it. I don't understand when any team, they change their teams in the FA Cup and they put out silly, you know, and you lose all momentum, they go and get a bad result somewhere, and I don't know, surely you've got to go for it, and what a competition to win. At Wembley, winning the FA Cup, you know, I watched a video the other day there, you know, of Tottenham, you know, at Wembley. And, you know, the crowd, the atmosphere is fantastic. I mean, they've got to want to try to win a competition. So they've got really, the FA Cup, they've got no Champions League, they've got no Europe. They've got to go for it in the FA Cup this year. That's going to be that's the thing to win.
Harry, I've got to ask you, when Antonio Conte left last season, there were many media reports saying that you come out and said, I'll go in there and I'll help him out. Were you joking or were you serious?
No, I would have done. I'd have done it for nothing. I would have come back and done it, but I would have done it for nothing, honestly. Yeah, I'd have loved to have come and, you know, I could have had the players. I thought it wouldn't be difficult to go there and get them going and doing well and give the place a lift. So I was serious, yeah. I did not expect it to happen, but I was asked, would I do it? I said, yeah, of course I would. And I would have done.
Well, you're the same age as Roy Hodgson. He's still going. Any chance of you coming back?
No, I think Roy's it's right. Roy's not on the way out. I mean, that's the problem at the moment. They keep getting beat, but Warnock keeps going. He'll be back again when he Warnock.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Warnock thinks his age goes out. He's a bit younger than me, but actually looking at him, I think he's older. I know he's had a lot of Botox, Warnock, but I still think he's definitely older than me.
Harry, two last questions for you. What do you think of Ange Postecoglou? Do you think he'll bring success? And also, the January transfer window, what does Spurs need to do as an absolute minimum to back him?
Well, I do. I like him a lot. You know, I stuck his name up, but when they were looking for a manager, it was always my choice. If it wasn't going to be Poch, I said if they can't get Poch back, and it became quite obvious they weren't in for him because it dragged on, he was available, then I said I would definitely go for Ange. You know, I thought he'd done a good job at Celtic, great job. And I first come across him when he managed the Australian national team. I managed the Jordan national team against him. So, and I liked him, and Timmy Cahill said to me he's great, he liked him. So he was my choice for Tottenham manager, really. He just needs... They've recruited well this year, Tottenham.
Yeah.
Maddison was a great signing. The centre half looks a good player. You know, the full-backs look strong. They look all right. Midfield, they're good. They need a striker. They need a front. Really. They need somebody to play up front.
Would you expect then Son to go back out onto the left?
Yeah, I expect Sonny to go out wide again.
Yeah.
And try. But where do you find a front man? Where do you find one? Where are they? Who is around?
Well, how difficult is it in January to buy?
It's difficult any time to buy one. I mean, the best centre forward, you know, Harry Kane was the best centre forward in the world. I don't care what anybody says, he's better than Haaland. You know, he's an amazing all-round player, and he's proved that. He's gone to Germany. Look what he's doing there. But how do you get someone of anywhere near that class? Even England, if we get an injury up front, we can't replace Harry Kane. There's no one around. You look in world football, Chelsea buy a striker, he looks bang average. Yeah. You know, you've got to be. It's like saying we need a striker. Where are they? They're gold dust. So ain't going to be easy to find one. Charlison came in, 70 million. been alright, you know. But is he the answer? It's going to be difficult to find somebody who's. But obviously, I'm sure they're looking at the moment. If they can find one, I'm sure Daniel and Joe would put up the money and bring one in.
Yeah. So you think Spurs will finish fourth?
I do, yeah.
Champions League will be back?
Yeah, that was my opinion when they were top. I think they finished fourth. I honestly thought that Man City, I think Liverpool looking back to somewhere where they were a couple of years ago, and Arsenal. Declan Rice was a big signing for Arsenal, and they're looking strong at the moment.
Harry, what's next for you? Lots more radio work, TV work?
Yeah, always busy. Every day of my life is busy. Tomorrow morning, Chepstow races. Off to Chepstow. Got a runner, the jukebox man tomorrow. Hopefully he wins tomorrow. I had a runner in Bahrain today. I was going to go to Bahrain and watch him run, but I'd arranged to come here, so I didn't go. I'd have been out in Bahrain in the sunshine watching Milk, but he didn't run very well anyway, so I'm glad I never went. But yeah, next week I think I've got about 3 or 4 horses running. Go to the races, go to the stables, see my life is golf, playing golf every day when I can. Yeah, I'm okay.
Well, you're looking so well. Thank you so much.
Well.
Thank you so much for talking to us, Harry,
Pleasure.
and come on, you Spurs.
Up you Spurs.
Thank
well
you.
done today.